The genesis of a land. Moldova's early footprints. Moldova, a landlocked nation in Eastern Europe, occupies a historically significant position. Nestled between Romania and Ukraine, it has been a crossroads for empires and cultures. Its fertile plains and rivers have attracted settlers and invaders for millennia. The region's history dates back to the Paleolithic era, with Dacian tribes and Roman influences shaping its early identity. The 14th century saw the emergence of the Moldavian state under Dragos and later Bogdan I. Stephen the Great's reign, 1457 to 1504, marked the zenith of medieval Moldavia. He commissioned many churches and monasteries, some now UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Stephen's reign solidified Moldavian identity and Orthodox Christian faith. Understanding Moldova's past requires acknowledging its role as a frontier territory. The echoes of these historical currents continue to influence its present identity. The lands constituting modern Moldova have a deep and ancient history. Archaeological evidence points to human habitation dating back to the Paleolithic era. Navigating empires, Ottoman suzerainty, and Russian dominion. By the early 16th century, Moldavia fell under Ottoman suzerainty, paying tribute to the Sultan. The 18th century saw Phanariot rule, marked by heavy taxation and corruption. The weakening Ottoman Empire led to increased Russian interest, with Moldavia becoming a battleground. The Treaty of Bucharest in 1812 ceded Bessarabia to Russia. Under Russian rule, Bessarabia experienced Russification and demographic changes. Colonization efforts brought various ethnic groups, altering its demographic composition. This period set the stage for future territorial disputes and identity questions. A century of turmoil, revolutions, unions, and Soviet shadows. The early 20th century brought profound changes to Bessarabia. World War I and the Russian Revolution of 1917 shattered the imperial order. Bessarabia's National Assembly, Sfatul Tari, proclaimed the Moldavian Democratic Republic in 1917. In 1918, Sfatul Tari voted for union with Romania, recognized by some Allied powers but not by Soviet Russia. The interwar period saw Romanian administration, but the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact of 1939 placed Bessarabia in the Soviet sphere. In 1940, the Soviet Union occupied Bessarabia, creating the Moldavian SSR. World War II brought further devastation, with Romania briefly reoccupying Bessarabia. After the Soviet reoccupation in 1944, harsh Stalinist repressions were imposed. The Moldavian SSR was integrated into the Soviet system, with forced industrialization and collectivization. Despite pressures, a distinct Moldovan identity persisted. The policies of glasnost and perestroika in the late 1980s led to a resurgence of national consciousness. The dawn of independence, new nationhood and lingering divisions. In 1989, language laws declared Moldovan as the state language, and the Popular Front of Moldova emerged. In 1990, the Moldavian SSR declared sovereignty, and in 1991, Moldova declared full independence. The Transnistria conflict erupted in 1992, leaving the region as a de facto independent entity supported by Russian troops. This frozen conflict remains a major impediment to Moldova's stability. The early years of independence were marked by economic decline and emigration. Moldova has pursued democratic development and European integration. The signing of an association agreement with the EU in 2014 deepened political and economic ties. In 2022, Moldova was granted EU candidate status, offering hope for a more prosperous future. Moldova's rich cultural heritage includes winemaking, historic monasteries, and vibrant folk traditions. The path ahead involves strengthening institutions, resolving internal divisions, and securing its place within the European community. Moldova's journey balances its historical legacy with aspirations for a modern, democratic future. Forging a future. Moldova's European path and enduring heritage. The Transnistria conflict remains a significant challenge. Numerous negotiation efforts have failed to achieve a comprehensive settlement. The presence of Russian troops complicates Moldova's relations with Russia. Moldova faced a difficult transition to a market economy, with economic decline and emigration. Despite challenges, Moldova has pursued democratic development and European integration. The signing of an association agreement with the EU in 2014 deepened political and economic ties. In 2022, Moldova was granted EU candidate status, offering hope for a more prosperous future. Moldova's rich cultural heritage includes winemaking, historic monasteries, and vibrant folk traditions. The path ahead involves strengthening institutions, resolving internal divisions, and securing its place within the European community. Moldova's journey balances its historical legacy with aspirations for a modern, democratic future. The unresolved status of the region remains a significant political, economic, and security challenge.